Okay. Go grab my questions. Ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
You're going to have to edit anyway, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, so we'll start off with what makes the Exploratorium such a unique exhibit?
The museum, the Exploratorium isn't unique in any sense. We have actually helped a lot of other science museums in the world become sort of like us, and we want them to do that. We've published books that tell you how to build our exhibits in sort of a general form. It's sort of like Abby Hoffman, steal this book, except it's steal this museum. We want other places to become, to build their place like the Exploratorium and become a participatory place where people learn by doing.
And then what are the more popular displays here at this museum?
Well, everybody has their own favorite exhibit. So we really can't say what's the most popular exhibits because everyone has their own. And we don't want to really think of ourselves as this popular exhibit or that popular exhibit because we're not building Disneyland. Mm-hmm. We're building a science museum that can show the phenomena of nature. And you need to have a lot of phenomena in the museum to really display nature and to allow people to learn about it. And so having popular exhibits is not something we do.
Okay.
We do have favorites.
Yeah. What are your favorites?
Oh, my favorite is kind of an obscure one called the Cloud Chamber, which lets you see cosmic rays going through this big black space where as they rip through this cloud chamber, they leave behind them a contrail, a little tiny one. But you can actually see that cosmic rays have been there. And it's really kind of cool because those cosmic rays are actually raining down on us all the time. And just because you can see them in the cloud chamber doesn't mean they're not going through you all the time as well.
Okay. And then what do you think visitors should walk away with after a visit from the Exploratorium?
What we want people to walk away with is the idea that they can understand the world around them. That the world is really just displaying a rich set of phenomena, and the phenomena are understandable, that you shouldn't give up trying to understand the world around you. Yes, climate change is complicated. It's caused by lots of things, but we don't want people to sort of give up and take people's word for things. We want people to actually go and look at things.
Okay. And then something a little about you. How long have you been working here, and what is your role as a staff member?
I've worked here for about 42 years now. Mm-hmm. So I started here when I was in high school. And in that time, I've built exhibits and written books and taught classes. And I brought computers to the Exploratorium, and then I put us on the internet, and then I put us on the web. Now I'm working with Instrumenting the Building, a program we have called Wired Pier, where we're festooning this pier with sensors so that we have weather sensors and air quality and water quality sensors, and we'll be taking a lot of data because it's all about data really, and we'll make that data available to anyone who's interested, to students and teachers and the public and researchers, because all the instrumentation we're putting out is research grade instrumentation. And I also do webcasting. So, for instance, next week we'll be doing a Mars update, what's happening with Curiosity on the planet Mars. And what else do I do? Teach explainers, and I do public programs, a series of lectures here called Full Spectrum Science, which is kind of similar to my Physics 101 class that I used to teach at San Francisco State, except it's sort of Physics 101 for the general public.
And then so you mentioned you guys moved here last April. Can you go ahead and talk about the transition from moving from that location to this location, and did you guys make any improvements to the Exploratorium or any drastic changes or any new exhibits did you add on to it?
Okay. Exploratorium 1.0 in the Palace of Fine Arts in the Marina District of San Francisco was a huge, cavernous, open building without any walls in it. And in that building we had, at times, upwards of 600 exhibits. But by the time we left, we had kind of reduced that to about 450 because we had floor space issues. That was a wonderful location with the beautiful Palace of Fine Arts outside and the lagoon and the swans, and we miss the swans dearly here. But it was too small. We couldn't put all of the staff we needed to do not just the exhibits that the public sees, but some of the other programs that the public doesn't really see much of. We have a large teacher training program that we train 500 teachers a year in. We have a program where we actually help other museums start up. We build exhibits for other science museums. And it just didn't all fit in the one building. And a lot of our offices were across the street in the Presidio, so we had people coming to work at the Exploratorium and they would never come in the museum. That was just not a good situation. So, because of space constraints, we have been looking for a new place for a long, long time, and we've looked at many different places. And when we were invited by the city of San Francisco to take a look at the piers, we thought this was a really, really special place. So in the current place, Exploratorium 2.0, we have two piers, Pier 15 and 17. At present, the museum only occupies Pier 15, and we're holding back Pier 17 for maybe 10 or 15 years from now. We'd still use it for storage for us, extra workspace. There's a chocolate factory. Cho Chocolate Factory is over there right now. And we actually rent space out to a few other companies as well. But we're reserving that for the next capital campaign in a few years. We have in the current building that we're in, Pier 15, we have about 3 times the space that we ever had back at the old place. So we have enough space where all of us are in the same building now. All of our management has to walk through the museum to get to their office. That's kind of nice. They love it too. And we have more space for exhibits. We have a great outdoor space now that we never had before. So we have exhibits outside. We could never do that back at the Palace of Fine Arts because that's a park and it's run by Park and Rec. And somehow putting science exhibits in this beautiful Palace of Fine Arts park just didn't seem appropriate. And we are on a pier. So the really cool thing here is we are in a new place, a new environment where we're really much more in contact with the environment itself. So that's what led to this Wired Pier initiative. And we have ocean research vessels docking here. So we've had the Bell M. Shimada docked here. Eric Schmidt Ocean Institute Falcor vessel is docked here. A couple weeks ago we had the Colombian Navy's flagship docked here, and currently we have Greenpeace's Rainbow Warrior docked here. So we expect to have a group of ships coming through as well that have never been able to do public outreach. Because if you're on a working dock, it's dangerous. You can't have people on the public on a working dock. So this is a really special place for us, where we're more in contact with the bay, and we're at a place at the edge between the bay and the city, so we can look at that edge as well and talk about the way people interact with the bay and the way the bay affects the land as well. For instance, right here where we're sitting, most people think, oh, this is where the edge of the bay is, the Embarcadero, and that's where the water stops. And that's true right now, but it wasn't true back in 1850 when the gold rush was in full bore. At that point, the actual bay went all the way back to where the Transamerica Pyramid is right now, way, way back. And all the area of this that we're in right now, all this downtown area was actually part of the bay, and ships were docked here. It was a giant place where all the ships came and anchored themselves. So there's still buried ships out there between us and the Transamerica Pyramid. They know where they are. They haven't unburied all of them, but they're out there. So it's really a fascinating place where you can look at the sociology, you can look at the biology, you can look at the geography, the geology. It's really an interesting place to be.
Have you guys noticed an increase in the amount of visitors that you get monthly?
We do get now probably double, 2.5 times what we had before. So we have a nice increase in visitorship. And it's in a much more accessible location as well for those visitors. It's a 10-minute walk from BART, from Muni Metro at the Embarcadero station, from the ferry terminal. It's a little bit longer, maybe a 20-minute walk from the train station downtown. So it's really accessible by public transportation now, whereas the old Palace of Fine Arts was not as accessible, although we had more parking there.
And last question. So I was looking online, and you guys offer guided tours.
We do.
What is the difference between experiencing the Exploratorium through a guided tour or just simply going by yourself?
On a guided tour, although you will ask what you're really on a guided tour, although we'll ask people what they're interested in and we can tailor a little bit, what you're really seeing is the view of the Exploratorium through your guide's eyes. So and everybody, of course, has their own way of seeing the Exploratorium. But being able to get somebody's view and how excited they are about the museum and what they think is special is kind of a fun way to view the museum as well. But it's by no means the way you might view the museum. After you're released from your tour, you might find your own pathway through the exhibits as well. So it's just one more way to kind of introduce people to the way we think.
Okay. And I think that's all the questions I have. Ron, go ahead and spell your first and last name and say like your title.
Okay, my name is Ron Hipschman. That's Hipschman. My title, that's always such a hard thing to do. On my business card, let's see, I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if you can focus in on that, but the business card says, too close?
Loose cannon.
Loose cannon.
It's something, I just need to put it on the bottom of your name.
But you could just say scientist or something at the museum.
Thank you. All right.
Well, officially, my official union title is Senior Unix System Admin.
Okay.
But I don't do much of that anymore.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
But they don't change our union titles. That would mean creating jobs. I've been trying to get the union to buy into loose cannon, that it should be an official position, you know, loose cannon 1, loose cannon 2, the steps, you know, things like that.
That's hilarious. They let you put that on your business
I can put anything I
card.
want on my business card.
Oh my god. That's good though. That's good. Like
The museum, for some reason, lets me do what I want.
yeah.
I don't know why.
Well, it's good. Okay.